people that serve you. Nurses are the stewards of our passion. They are the caretakers of all that we hold dear. Nurses are there to pull us back from the precipice of death. They're there to help us transition to the next stage of life. And for you who run these hospitals by spreadsheets instead of by patient care, for you who run these hospitals by the margins instead of by the number of lives that you save, for you who will look at patients as a bill and an invoice and look at nurses as a burden or wicked, and you need to be brought down to the street to confront the people who you are disrespecting. You're hiding your lofty offices. You try to stifle the voices of those who keep us alive and well. But I don't care about a sound permit. I don't care about what level your office is on. You will hear the nurses in the city of New York today. I close with this. For me as an individual, I'm here to say thank you. Thank you for caring for my loved ones who laid on their deathbeds. Thank you for caring my loved ones and pulling them off a deathbed. Thank you for keeping us alive and keeping us well. And it is not lost upon us that nurses tend to be, I know there's some men out here. There's a few men who are man enough to put on a nurse's uniform out here and still be men. But it's not lost upon us that women and women of color dominate the industry, dominate the profession, dominate the mission, dominate the ministry. So when you say to them, I'm not going to pay you what you're worth, you are undergirding a patriarchal system that must be torn down today. You are saying to women, you are not equal. You are saying to mothers, I don't care about your personal sacrifices. And we're here to say, either you pay up or we are putting you out. God bless you. No justice, no peace, no contract, no peace, no compassion, no peace, no...
I'd like to introduce Corey Johnson, Speaker of the City Council.
Meisner! Is Mount Sinai in the house? Is Presbyterian in the house? Now, I know, and Montefiore, is Montefiore in the house? I know that nurses do not want to strike, because striking is a measure of last resort, and striking is not something that anyone does easily or contemplates easily. But when you are put in a position every single day on whether or not you have to sit with an intubated child or hang blood or run to the ICU or be in the emergency room with unsafe staffing ratios, we are in a moment of crisis. Now what we need, what New York City needs, what NYC needs,
And what the patients who use these hospitals needs is more nurses. We need more nurses. That's what we need. Because more nurses, more professional, amazing women and men who take care and save people every single day, those nurses make it safer for the patients in these hospitals. So it is not just about, though it's important, it's not just about the dignity that the nurses deserve, that you all deserve every single day. It's that you all are looking out for your patients. You're looking out for your patients because you want to make sure they get the best care possible. So call it ratios, call it staffing levels, call it more compassion, call it more responsibility, call it whatever you want. We need more nurses in this contract. Now, the New York City Council last June passed a resolution calling for the state legislature to mandate safer staffing ratios at the state level. And I hope that the presidents of these hospitals are listening here today, that they understand that this is not done easily to authorize a strike. But I want everyone to know that I stand with you, the New York City Council stands with you, and over the next 2 weeks, we need a contract with safe staffing ratios. Thank you, NYC, for all you do.
Our next speaker is Judy Sheridan Gonzalez, President of the New York State Nurses Association and Montefiore. This is This is a sad moment, but it's a beautiful moment. Let me be perfectly clear. We do not want to go on strike. But we are here, we are strong, and we are saying we will do whatever we have to do to protect our patients. We have exhausted every possible means to convince these employers that they have to do right by our patients and by our community and by the caregivers that take care of them every day, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We know what we need to take care of our patients. They don't. We took an oath. When we graduated nursing school, we took an oath. We took an oath that we would advocate for our patients no matter what, regardless of where they live, or what they look like, or what kind of insurance they have, or any other factor, and we are committed to do that. But we cannot advocate for our patients behind these walls because they won't let us. We cannot protect our patients behind these walls because they won't let us, and that is why we are out here in the streets. Because this is the only place that people seem to listen to reason.
That's right. That's right.
One day, everybody out here is going to need a nurse. And we are here to say, we want to save the profession. We want to rescue this healthcare system from this vicious corporate business model and bring back compassion and love and care and expertise into healthcare. We are out here for our patients. We are out here for our community. We are out here for the future of healthcare in America, and we will not stop fighting. Thank you. Is Vinny Alvarez, President of the New York City Central Labor Council. Welcome, Vinny.
Let me hear you nice now. Let me hear you nice now. just heard Judy say that this is not what we want to, where we want to be, or striking is not something that I know that Neisner wants to do. Negotiations, when they work out, both sides have to come to the table and have a willingness to settle and bargain in good faith. You have been at the table. You have been at the table 30 times. 30 times trying to resolve this issue. And we know that it can be done, and we know that you don't want to strike. It is a last resort, and we will continue to stand by you as you continue to work at solving this issue the right way, at the table. Safe staffing, let me just say a couple words about that. Because we know, and I have heard this, and I have been out here with you over and over again talking about staffing. We deal a lot in the New York City labor movement with these bargaining sessions, if you call them that, because I know that that's not really what's taking place. But all the unions that are out here today supporting you, we deal with these issues over and over again. But what makes this one different is because I know that you're at the table talking about the issues that you deal with each and every day. But this is not about you at the end of the day. It's about the patients that you have dedicated your life to serving. And it is a very, very different situation. What you are fighting for is something that we all benefit from. All of us who are in the hospital with our loved ones each and every day. And we will continue to support you. And that's very important because Neisner is always out there on the front lines in each and every fight with other unions throughout this city. And everybody needs to hear us loud and clear. New York City is a union town. New York City has over 1 million unionized workers. New York City has over 300 unions in this town. And we will be with Neisner, and we will stand with each of these nurses that is fighting for patient care, for safe staffing ratios, as long as it takes to get the fair contract. We are coming to the end. The time to get this done is now. The time to get a fair contract is now. The time to stand together is now. The time for each and every union member and worker and family member who cares about patient care to come together is now. Stay together, stay strong, and never, ever, ever, ever give up. You have the United Labor Movement. You have your elected officials like Corey Johnson. You have everybody behind you in this fight. Stay together.
Anthony Feliciano from CPHS.
This is Union Strong. You're not alone, Neisner. I see my friends from DC 37, from CWA, from Professional Staff Congress. You are not alone. You have 3 of the most profitable hospitals in this city. And they had the nerve to keep treating and thinking about healthcare as a business. You don't treat workers, you don't treat patients as commodities. These are lives, these are people that dedicate, work hard, come to get care. Look at this neighborhood, look who's surrounding us. We have public housing. We have other parts of this community. You disrespect public housing residents. You disrespect people in East Harlem. You disrespect people in Washington Heights and Columbia Presbyterian area. You disrespect people in the Bronx and Montefiore, where you do not give nurses their respect. I one day we asked the president of Mount Sinai and all the other hospitals, would we like to take a pay cut? They make millions of dollars on the backs of your work, on the backs of this community. We have to respect our nurses, we have to respect our workers, and the way we do that is making sure our patients are taken care well, that they need the best quality. They need more nurses. These communities, come be a step, come here wanting to get their care, and what they get is something different when the nurses cannot do what they're supposed to do, where they've done such a great job in our communities. This is what we must do. We must respect our nurses, and together, the community here, the community all over, will come and back you up. We will be here in the picket line. There's no choice. When the institution says you have a choice, you have no choice. You know whose choice has? These houses have a choice to taking care to make sure the patients are care and make sure that you have your respect. It is on them, not on you. Thank you.
Kim Medina, President of DC 1707 SA.
Hello, family. What affects one affects all. 1707 stands with you and NYC and all that you do, because it's not about quantifying care, it's about quality care, and that's what you give. When 9/11 fell, it was the nurses from St. Vincent, St. Cabrini, and Mount Sinai who worked to the devastation with gurneys and stethoscopes and bandages to take care of the people that were in the neighborhood and those that fell. The city should have awarded you then, and so should your employers. It's a shame that they look at you as a number and not as a human being, because the lives you save every day are more important than the money they bring in. You are there when someone takes their last breath. You are there when a baby takes their first breath. You are there when a cancer patient survives. You are there when a child takes his first walk. You are there when no one has a voice and someone is by themselves. So I thank you. My members thank you, because it's your love and your dignity and respect that you give them in a room when they are by themselves that no one else can give. So God has blessed you with a vocation, and you make sure you take care of others. But your employers will give you what you deserve and more, because your time is now. Your time is what? Your time is what? Your time is what? Your time is what? That's what I'm talking about. Give it up for yourself. You are union strong and proud.
Thank you, Kim Medina. We have other unions in the house. We have CWA. We've got PSC. Can the speaker from PSC and the CWA please come forward? And now I'm going to give the mic back to Robin Krinsky, the president of the NYC unit right here at Mount Sinai Hospital. Thank you, Joe. Joe Ferrillo. Okay.
All right.
Anthony? Anthony, you in the house?
Right here.
Come on, Anthony, come on up.
He's one of those guys we talked about.
Anthony Chiappa, president at the union at NYP, New York Presbyterian, and first vice president, board of directors, NYSNA.
Oh, nice now! Nice in the house! 30 bargaining sessions. 30 bargaining sessions. And we have made no progress on any of our major issues. But we have one issue that is most important, and that's safe staffing. Am I right? Today, the 3,000 plus registered nurses joined our 10,000 allies and handed over our intent to strike. We have been pushed to a corner. We do not want to strike. Our goal is not to strike. Our goal is to protect our patients and get a fair contract that respects nurses and respects the patients that we care for. And I will say this, every day we are willing to sit and negotiate with management. And I want to send that message. We are ready anytime,
any day to end this crisis. And this is a staffing crisis. And we need to do that now. When we fight, we win. 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 Thank you.
Okay. I'd like to introduce Corinne Raymond, president of Weiler's LBU and member of the board of directors of NYC. Good morning, sisters and brothers! I said sisters and brothers for a reason! We don't want to strike. As you've heard from many of our members before, we do not want to strike, but we need staffing ratios. We need enforceable staffing ratios. Ratios that hold the hospitals accountable for the work that we need to do for our patients. This is not about us. This is about our patients. Our patients are VIPs. Every patient is a VIP. Every patient is a VIP. Every patient is a VIP. The care that we render to our community is not just for special people. It's not for those who've got super duper insurance. This care that we render to our patients is for the uninsured. It's for the insured. It's for the haves. It's for the have-nots. But we need staff to do it. We need enforceable staffing ratios that allows us to take a break when we need a break, that has break coverage so that we maintain our ratios. This is not for us, it's for the community. Rahana Lotan from Brooklyn Hospitals. Brooklyn in the house! Yes, Brooklyn in the house! Yeah.
Good morning, my brothers and sisters across the bridge. I am Rihanna Lowton. I am representing Brooklyn Hospital. I'm also on the National Executive Committee at Brooklyn Hospital, and that's in Fort Greene. Brooklyn Hospital is also a medical affiliate of Mount Sinai. They share doctors, residents, and IT infrastructure, and other services with Mount Sinai. I'm here today because there is a patient care emergency at Brooklyn Hospital and across New York City. At my hospital alone, 5,567 nurses have signed protests of assignment in the last 2 years. The average number of patients seen by a nurse per day is 6.25. This means 5,567 nurses were treating 34,793 patients in a substandard patient care condition in 2017 and 2018. Think about that. 35,000 patients came to us, relied on us for quality care, only to be cared for in an environment where RNs simply did not have enough resources. This is a large-scale trend of short staffing in every unit in our hospital. We need true nurse-to-patient ratios to ensure quality care. We need to do better. Those 35,000 patients at Brooklyn Hospital deserve better.
That's right!
This is why we are so frustrated with the lack of progress on safe staffing at the bargaining table. We have done countless presentations and have proven that most units are short-staffed. Yet Brooklyn Hospital management has not made one single proposal to improve staffing and patient care. Shame on them! This is why Brooklyn Hospital NYC nurses are starting a strike vote today. While our sister facilities here in Manhattan and the Bronx are submitting their notice to strike, we are building towards ours in Brooklyn. NYC nurses are united in this. We will not stand by and let hospital execs shortchange our patients any longer. No staffing, no peace. No staffing, no peace. Thank you.
No peace. Safe staffing. No peace. Okay, we want to recognize some of our other supporters. Over here we have OPIU. And where are our brothers and sisters from DSA? They're here too. They've been with us every day. Okay, all the unions that are here supporting us, we love you. We thank you. We unite together because only through unity can we win. And now we would like to bring up our next speaker. From not far away from Lenox Hill Hospital, from NIPU. Your name is Becca Beatty. Let's hear from Becca.
Hello, NYC. Woo! I have the pleasure of representing 1,400 nurses at Lenox Hill Hospital, Manhattan Ear, Eye, and Throat, and Lenox Health Greenwich Village. We recently concluded our negotiations, and we know that this fight is real. We know that corporate greed is a disease in healthcare. It is rampant throughout, and your fight is our fight. Well, we have ratios in our contract for the last 30 years because we went on strike in 1988 to win those and fight for those. They're not enforceable. They're not enforceable without a strong state law that makes them enforceable. They're not enforceable if our other sister organizations and sister hospitals here in the city don't have them as well. We need to fight to make sure that we all have strong, enforceable, safe staffing limits, and make sure that we are all together in this fight. And I can guarantee you that the 1,400 nurses from NIPU will be out on the picket line with you if you have to strike.
Let's hear it for NIPU. Okay, so we do have other folks who are on their way up to speak from some of the other unions, but we're going to proceed with our last speaker, unless the union folks get up here. We love you. But our last speaker, before we move into our action for the day, is going to be the president of the LPU. There are actually two of them. We have Cliff Krinsky from St. Luke's Hospital and Peggy Desiderio from the ER in St. Luke's.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Clifford Krinsky. This is Peggy Desiderio. We are the co-presidents of NYC at St. Luke's Hospital. And we're also here to tell you that we need safe staffing ratios now.
Yes,
Yeah.
now!
I am calling on the fat cats who pay themselves exorbitant salaries and hide themselves in their plush offices to stop treating nursing as a form of overhead. We produce the product of the hospital. The product of the hospital is patient care, and that is what nursing provides. Our patients require and deserve safe and complete care. We must have safe staffing ratios in order to ensure that we can provide our patients, our society, with safe and complete care. Safe staffing ratios will allow us to give all of our patients the full time and attention that they require and deserve. We must have safe staffing ratios now. Now.
Kids said it all. We cannot care for our patients the way they need it. You can't have 12 patients and have to decide which one you're going to take care of. We need safe staffing ratios.
Okay, brothers and sisters, I also want to recognize one of our very close unions here. We have in the house CIR. Let's hear for CIR. Sharon from PSC. Let's bring up Sharon. Now
I saw also the stress that it can be. So we all should be out here in the streets supporting you on this specific issue, on the safe staffing levels issue, because after all, we could all be a patient one day. That's the one thing that's universal. If you've got health now, be glad that, because one day you might not have it and you'll be dependent upon a nurse for your care in the hospital, and you want to know that that nurse has the work level that can, so that that person can really dedicate and take care of you. Safe staffing levels is an issue for everybody in every union, for every person in New York City. We should all be out in the streets on this issue, and I'm very proud that you invited and let me speak. We need a chant. Safe staffing saves lives! Safe staffing saves lives! Safe staffing saves lives! Safe staffing saves lives!
Thank you, PSC. Okay, now I want everyone to listen, because we are getting ready to move into our action component. And I'm going to bring up Robin Krinsky again. She's the president of the local bargaining unit right here at Mount Sinai Hospital. And when she's done speaking, our illustrious speaker of the City Council is going to march with us over to the CEO's office, and where we will formally be giving our notice for a strike. Okay? So let's hear from Robin, and then we'll all line up behind Robin and our board of directors and Corey Johnson, and we'll proceed. Let's hear it for Robin Krinsky.
Every day, nurses rally for safe patient care. What do we rally for? Safe patient care! Every day, they rally for the patients and their families. Who do we rally for? Patients and families! Every day, they rally for the community. They rally for health care for all. They rally for their practice, and they rally for the future of their profession. But today, we rally in public in our ongoing efforts to sound a very loud alarm here in New York City and throughout New York State about the nurse staffing crisis that is happening today in our hospitals, and there is no end in sight. What sets our struggle apart from others today at schools, LA, West Virginia, hotels, Marriott, and in the mines and the steel industry is that it involves your mother, your father, your child, your spouse, your partner, and everyone can be a patient at any given time. Over the past 6 months, frontline nurses from 3 major hospital systems in New York City have met with their employers to bargain in good faith with the goal of patients receiving the full attention of a nurse when they need it. No significant agreements were reached. Our nurses had historical informational pickets on February 13th with thousands and thousands of nurses joined by doctors, community members, local politicians, patients, families, and other healthcare workers in attendance, and they were speaking out for safe patient care and having more nurses to care for the sick. Still, nothing significant came from management. Then the nurses overwhelmingly voted on a strike authorization with a 97% yes vote. Yet still, nothing significant came from management. So now, after giving the management every opportunity, in almost 30 bargaining sessions, we must unleash our power. Our power in our nurses. 10,000 nurses strong in Manhattan and the Bronx. profession, our power in our communities, and our power in our union. The hospital tells us that if we go on strike, we are abandoning our patients. Nurses will never, ever abandon patients. That is not who we are, and that is not why we went into this profession. Management, do not reckon with us. We do not want to strike. We do not. And we are prepared to continue to negotiate with you in good faith from this moment on, every hour of every day between now and April 2nd. We stand ready to bargain in good faith so that we can reach an agreement that is fair, one that guarantees our patients safe, quality care by educated professional nurses who know how to provide excellent care each and every time a patient needs it. Enough is enough. 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 I want you to join me in walking across the street to Dr. Ken Davis's office and delivering him a present. And this is the present.